Hey everyone, we're still at the shop. It's a little noisy in the background, as you've noticed through this entire video. We've tried to make it so the guys can continue working while we come here and harass them and walk around. But we just want to know what makes this company unique and why they work here. And I want to start with, first, introduce yourself, kind of tell a little bit about your background knowledge, where you come from, and then how and why Xplore, Nelson Industries.
Hi, I'm Steve.
Yes.
And I've been with Nelson Industries for just a little over a year, but the owner and I have had a relationship for about 10 years where we've been working together on different projects. I was a supplier to him for about 10 years. And we just grew together and enjoyed working with each other and had the opportunity to build a new product here from what they were building before. And we just decided to kind of put our heads together and come up with it.
So why did you enjoy working with him before officially working with him?
Isaac is one of the most innovative people I have ever met. He thinks outside the box. He looks at a problem from 50 different directions, which I thought there maybe was 4 directions to look at something.
That makes sense.
And as deep as you can go on any particular subject, he's probably able to hold that conversation because he's done the research on it.
Okay, so we came out here and visited him a while ago when we first started carrying the product. And then I've been talking with him on the phone frequently. But coming here for the last couple days and spending all day with him, walking around, that's become very apparent to me. He's extremely knowledgeable, and I feel like he truly looking in ways to make it the best, right?
He cares. He cares about the product. He cares about the end user. We've had conversations about customers, and I'm always surprised at his level of care and interest in that customer, the end user customer.
Yeah.
And none of the big companies do that. They don't give a shit. They do exactly as much as they have to do to get the product out the door, to make this customer mostly happy, and then they leave the rest of it in the dealer's hands.
Well, a lot of it's just balance sheets and P&Ls, right?
Yes.
You bottom line, bottom dollar, how can we increase
and how many
profit?
can we make, and how fast can we make them, and how much money can we make doing it? And this company doesn't run on that mentality.
Not at all. That's not my feeling at all. Like, they're a pretty cool operation. They're robust and they're getting units out, but it doesn't feel like the end goal is just push as many as we can out the door. It feels like there's a lot of thought, a lot of care. They do multiple checks on every single unit. I mean, we're getting the units at our shop, and we're seeing very little problems. Like, very, very comparatively speaking, we're getting these trailers, and it's like nothing's perfect, right? But it feels like it's pretty refreshing to get a trailer in and just be like, it's ready to go. As a matter of fact, we have, at our shop, we have about a dozen full-time technicians, right? A dozen or so. And they're so busy getting lots of our trailers out that we've been carrying for a long time. The Explorers, they're a little bit newer to us, and they're so busy that our sales guys were like, we'll just start, doing checks and PDIs on them, and we'll fix them. And they pull them in and go, and they're like, well, there was nothing to fix. And we hooked up the water, everything worked. There was no leaks. And we're like, wow. And they're going through them without even finding anything wrong with them. And it's like, we got it. Now it's ready to go the next day. And some trailers we get, it's like, we got it a week later, 2 weeks later, it's ready to go out the door, And it's just like, it's really exciting to be working with a company that you feel like truly cares. Sounds like you've worked with a lot of companies in this industry over the years, right?
Yes. I've had many, many customers that were Forest River and Thor companies, and spent many hours working with them on different projects. And none of them have the same care and attention to detail that this company has. When we first started working together, it was like, how can we build this better than everybody else is doing? And that was the goal from day one. How can we make it better than everybody else? And it wasn't like it was hard. It was, we made a big long list of things we wanted to be better about, and we just started checking them off.
No, absolutely. And it's very apparent when you walk through and put your hands on all of the different products that are being used, that they really are top shelf, as Isaac calls it. He says if there's a shelf of, quality, you essentially have to take the ladder and go all the way to the top to get whatever they're putting on these trailers, right? They're not getting the cheapest stuff off of them. They're going for the high end, which is really cool. So
even as an ice house, when they were making ice house companies, they were modeling themselves off of some of the ultralight, best brands in the RV industry in order to grow the ice house industry.
What's your favorite thing about working with Isaac, Deanna, and the crew and the company?
You know, the product is so fun to show and sell. It's the first thing you kind of think of, but at the end of the day, a product is nothing without the people, and the people make it worthwhile.
I think that's so important. I don't think a lot of people realize the significance of that. I've asked that question to a few guys, and everybody kind of says, the people, you know, and I think the significance of that is that when people are happy, they make better products, they make better decisions, and that will reflect on the end, the consumer, the person that's buying the trailer. Like, you know, does that make sense what I'm saying? And like when I go into a restaurant and I have a bad service, usually it's not because of that individual. It's also because of their manager and his manager and the owner, and it kind of goes through the whole company. Bad service reflects to me a bad company.
And the opposite is so true.
Yes.
If you have a great experience, it's not just the waitress or the waiter. It's that manager, that person's manager, and the cook and the owner and all the other people involved. They've all got that great attitude.
Oh yeah.
And that's what we see here is everybody's got a really great attitude about building a great product.
Yeah, and that energy is infectious. You come here, you feel like a really good energy. Everybody's working hard, but working to make something great. And it's fun to be a part of. I'm excited to be more a part of this with you guys more than ever before. So
we're excited to be working with you.
Good. Yeah, I think you guys are great. I think you're great people. No complaints at all. So anyways, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.